Welcome to the John McAllister Report, where John McAllister, top football evaluator, interviews college and high school coaches and athletes from around the country. Sit back and enjoy today's podcast.
Hello, this is John McAllister, and today we're going to jump into around the state, and my guest will be a defensive lineman from Columbus St. Francis, DeSales. He only going to be a junior, and Cameron Gwinn has gotten bigger and stronger, and he keeps getting bigger and stronger, and he is so quick off the ball, and good balance, and he's like 6'2", 235, and he's going to have to get bigger, but he knows that. He has some choices to make, but he's aggressive, and he plays hard, and he's so quick. So, and he is a great character. So please sit back and enjoy my video podcast with Cameron Gwinn from Columbus DeSales High School. Good afternoon, Cameron Gwinn from Columbus DeSales High School. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just finished up conditioning and everything, so hanging in there.
Why football, Cam? I ask everybody I have on here, why football? Because you're a really good wrestler. We'll cover that in a minute, but why football?
Football, honestly, it wasn't always my first choice. Football was more of like because when I was younger, I've played so many sports. So then once I kind of got into football, I kind of just decided to stick with it because I found out about all of my family history behind football. So then I thought I was kind of almost obligated, but then at the same time, I wanted to get into it myself.
That's good. Your family history. You can ask guys my age on down. The Gwinn name. I wonder if you say Cam Gwinn, and there are a couple of guys over in Westerville Central or someplace.
Oh yeah, Jason and Jaden.
Yeah. And in the family name in Gwinn, I mean, those guys were really respected football players. And I told you at the old Brookhaven, that brings back many good memories for me. I was just starting back then. Okay, football. What caused you then to go into football?
Honestly, it was probably because my surroundings, everything, my family, they were always big football people. And so, I mean, I kind of felt like at a younger age, I kind of wanted to see what it was like. So pretty much got a taste of it and never really looked back, honestly.
And you still liking it more and more?
Oh, yeah. Every single year, I love it.
Well, you're getting better and better, for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about I mentioned wrestling. So you do play two sports, wrestling and football. Tell me about wrestling. What weight class?
So last year, freshman year, I wrestled at 170, and then I tried to put on weight, and I found out I was going to be playing D-line, so then I pretty much just tried to gain as much weight as I could, and it was honestly not the smartest, but I still did what I really had to. But so this year, I didn't end up I ended up not wrestling last year because I didn't want to cut all that weight back down. So I think following this year, I'm gonna start wrestling up again.
Why don't you be tough? And I'm joking with you. Wrestle heavyweight. You could probably get to 225, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What makes wrestling and football? How are they alike?
I think honestly, it's the the aggression standpoint and the hands, because you have to use your hands a lot, especially for D-line, and especially in wrestling for everything. You got to be violent with them.
That's true. That's really violent hands, and I think in wrestling, you have to be able to shoot You have to be able,
Oh, yeah.
that quickness, and you also have to get away from that when they shoot
Yeah.
legs and stuff like that. I think it's really good. Wrestling. You do any other sports besides those two?
I did play baseball freshman year, but
Okay.
I kind of stopped doing that once it started to like narrow down to football.
Yeah, I was going to say you're getting focused on football now,
Oh
so
yeah.
that's gonna change a little bit of things for you.
Hmm.
And Coach Fickle, if he finds out, because he's a DeSales guy, he'll want in wrestling, he'll go crazy,
Oh
thinking
yeah.
he loves wrestling, and he's a
Hmm.
loyal DeSales guy as well.
Oh
I
yeah.
think
He looks at us heavy, pretty much.
anybody, Cam, and you're early, you're only going to be a junior, but anybody that you kind of credit so far with pushing you, or you mentioned Coach uh, uh, a little bit ago.
Mm.
Anybody you're really pushing you and saying, "Hey, you can do this. You can be better. You can do this."
It
Anybody
would
like
it would probably be Jonathan Thompson, the one who our outside linebacker that just went up to Cincinnati, and
that? Yes.
he was pretty much like he would like mentor me like every training session. He would like tell me what I needed to work on and what I could do better at and like how far I could go if I were to like stick with this and if I put in the work. So I feel like having like that person that like would push you is like a big step in like going forward.
Yeah. And Jonathan is going to keep getting stronger. He
Oh
can
yeah.
run, and they gotta plug him in at the right position. And I
Hmm.
haven't seen him for a while. I know he's just got to find the right position for him
Mm.
because he worked hard in the off season.
Oh
I
yeah,
know
he
that.
does.
Okay, any words, Cam? Excuse me. Any words that you live by? I have all these little cliches,
Mm.
all these little sayings. Any sayings that you have in the back of your mind or somebody has taught you?
One thing that I learned was from wrestling, and it was hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So that pretty much gets me going every time. Like I think about like taking a rep off, or if I even thinking about like going like giving half effort. So that pretty much keeps me in line and in check to where I need to be.
Yeah, talent. Hard work beats talent when
Hmm.
talent doesn't work hard, right?
Yes, sir.
And all these 5 stars, or a lot of them, are guilty of that,
Oh yeah.
not working hard, because they've never had to. They've been gifted. And I'll get everybody wired on that one, but I really believe that. I
Mm.
believe that you win with 3 and 4 stars.
Oh
And
yeah.
honestly, mostly 3 stars, but 4 stars, but 5 stars. A lot of them pan out.
Oh
But if
yeah.
you look at all the pro facts and college facts,
Mm.
it's just okay. Okay, first silly question for you. I got 3. If you could trade places with one person for one day, who would it be? One day.
Ooh. All day, it would probably be. Ooh, that's a hard one. Probably my J Sanders. He
Who?
My J Sanders. He just graduated from Cincinnati, and now he's on the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And he worked hard to get where he's at.
Oh yeah, he did. I was even looking at some of his high school film too. He was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Let's talk football.
Mm.
You're a defensive lineman. Okay. I think you're going to be able to slide. You play defensive end now, but you even slide inside sometimes
Oh
now.
yeah. Sometimes I
What's
go 3 tech.
you're 6'2" every day, okay?
Yes, sir.
Aren't you? You weigh about 235,
Mm.
and I'm sure there are so many different ways to go with
Yeah.
you. Lose 10 pounds to play linebacker, maybe stay at 235 and slide out to defensive end, or go
Mm.
to 275 and play
Oof.
defensive tackle. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
it's amazing how much good weight you will gain in high school.
Hmm.
How
Oh
much
yeah.
in college? I'm sorry, in college, how much bigger and stronger. I mean, it's just crazy.
Especially
Now they're finding out they want guys that can move.
Oh yeah.
So what's your favorite part of playing defensive line?
It's probably like it's probably the aggression part, like the constant contact, and like you never really have a play off. Like say if there's like a run, right? There's a run play, and you would like if you're a safety, you're not really gonna get into it. Like because the D line, that would be like your first pretty much like step of defense. So I mean, it kind of feels good having that like power up front and being able to like make plays, like be a big part of that. So
How about on the pass rush?
oh, the pass rush, it's like no other. It's just like pretty much adrenaline right there, and you're in the moment, but you just try not to be too in the moment, so you don't just do whatever, so that you
Yeah.
can still like use your moves and everything that you've learned to help you get past that tackle or past that guard.
Then and then you're able to get to the quarterback, and that
Oh
has to
yeah,
be a great feeling, doesn't it?
oh yeah, it is.
Then you are in showtime because it's just you standing out there with the sack. But I
Oh
think it
yeah,
all has to work.
especially those
What are
like
your
all those TFLs.
strengths besides your hands, Cam?
It would
What are
probably
your
be
strengths?
my strength would probably be my aggression and like my constant motor, because like
Oh,
it's always going and I never
yeah,
really like power down.
that's huge.
Oh
And
yeah.
you do, by the way. You do.
Thank
You don't really use your hands quite as much now because you're so quick.
you.
You're so quick getting to the ball, and that's really good. Uh, what do you have to improve on?
One thing I would have to improve on would probably be my uh change of direction, honestly. Like open field, if it was so if he were to like break outside or something, I would need to kind of like switch feet or like cross over a little bit quicker just so I could get to that tackle, because I remember there was like one play and it always just stuck with me where I kind of like let one slip in open field. So I just kind of try not to ever do that again.
Yeah, and sometimes just you have to play on the control,
Oh yeah.
more control, and then use your quickness and everything.
Mm.
But if you can hold that middle up, that's a heck. That pursuit's really really good. But if you can
Mm.
hold that middle up and stop them going inside, that's tremendous. I think.
Oh yeah.
What's your first move? You're the first defensive lineman I've had on here. What's your first move as a defensive lineman?
It would probably be the counter club. Like I'd counter inside, but club with my inside hand also, and then pretty much just like shoot my arm over.
And get around the outside then.
Oh,
Go
so
the outside.
to get around the outside, it'd probably be a stab club rip, just like a
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's really good. Super. And you do use the same thing with wrestling, and it's a lot of the same things.
Hmm.
But that quickness and that balance is so important in wrestling, I
Oh
think.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, what happens? What happens when a freshman comes to you and says, you know, I like football, but I think I'm just can't handle. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do. What do you tell them in August when it's hot,
Mm.
like 90 degrees out right now, like it is now, and you're out there sweating? What
I
do you
would
tell them,
I would
Cam?
just tell them to like stick with it until they pretty much like get used to their body, because freshman year, it wasn't my best year. I was still growing and still kind of getting used to my body and everything. So I was a little bit all over the place. But as soon as sophomore year came around, I pretty much like settled down, and then I really got used to everything, and then I was pretty much moving better than I have.
That's good. That's good. You tell. What are you going to tell him? Oh, mentally, what are you going to tell him?
I would just tell them just keep pushing, honestly, because like just think about when it's over. Like you're not gonna be here forever. Like you're not gonna run forever. So just like think about the time when it's
Good.
just when it's done.
That's really good, man. You're not going to keep running forever. But
Yeah.
I've had some guys when I was a football coach, I'd like to run them forever. They make me so mad sometimes. Well, that's really good. Okay, with that being said, what do you hope your teammates say about you?
I hope that they just like say that like because honestly, like I'm a pretty animated person, like off the field and on the field. I try not to be
Okay,
so much on the field, but off the field, like I feel like I have a pretty open personality. So I hope that that's one thing that they could say about the personality. But football wise, I hope that they would say like I'm a hard worker because I came a long way from freshman year, especially
you
like
have.
putting in work and everything. So I hope that would be something that they could say.
You have. Okay, school. How's
Mhm.
school going?
School actually went really well.
I
I
mean,
made friends
DeSales,
at oh
DeSales,
yeah
everybody can get through there. It's not that tough academically, man. It's a
oh yeah
cupcake school, I think.
it
You know I'm
is
joking, right?
yeah the sales like you have to meet some standards especially like academically because that's one thing like if you're not up to par academically then there's pretty much nothing else that you could
That's
be
good.
involved in because that's where everything starts is in the classroom too especially at the sales.
Well, that's really good. I agree with you. Okay, what we've talked about it, but a little bit. But what do you think is your biggest strength as a football player
My biggest strength would probably be
overall?
oh overall
Yeah, as a football player.
um once again, it probably just have to be that motor
Okay,
that's always going.
okay, good. That's good. Okay, second crazy question.
Mm.
Okay, what talent would you like to have that you don't have and you never will get? Is there a
Uh,
talent that you'd like to be able to do, but you won't be able to never and get?
like football wise, or just like
Anything.
anything?
Sing.
Yeah, probably sing.
A
It'd probably
lot
be
of guys
singing.
say sing
Yeah,
because they don't
everybody
think
would love
they'll
to be
ever
able
be
to
able
sing.
to sing.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, tell me what your favorite music is.
my favorite music. It's honestly gonna have to be like R&B, like
All right,
all the
okay.
way.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. That's good. Okay, let's go back to sports. Okay.
Mm.
We talked about how you need to improve. How do sports make you better?
I feel like
Person,
they
person.
they honestly can like help craft your personality and like a lot of social skills because you meet a lot of new people when you like are on a team and join a team. So it kind of helps you break out of that comfort zone and get you used to like situations that you're not always comfortable in. So it kind of helps you like acclimate a little bit more to like the real world, if you could say.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I just have a few more questions. We've gone 17 minutes, so it's going
Mm.
pretty fast, I think.
Oh yeah.
Energy. You've talked about it, but I ask all of my football players this: what kind of energy do you bring to your team?
I feel
What
like
kind of energy do you bring to your team?
I feel like the energy that I bring is kind of the energy that's like needed because yes, football is a serious game, but if you're not having fun as you're doing it, or if you're not like actually enjoying the game as you're playing it, because that's one thing. Like football, I've always enjoyed playing football, but if you're not like enjoying it as you're playing it, then you don't really. I feel like you won't play at your best. So that's why I
Okay,
try to like make it enjoyable for everybody a little bit, while also still like having my responsibility and doing what I'm supposed
that's
to do.
that's really good. That's really nice. Tell me, uh, was there ever a time? I'm trying to think what you're going to say here. Was there ever a time in your young career where the light came on, or the switch came on when you said, "Hey, man, it's time to step it up. I got to get after it. I'm going to get killed." Okay. Well,
Mm.
was there ever a time like that
Like
where you just knew it was time to step up?
It was probably after a conflict earlier in the year where like me and a teammate, we kind of were going at it a little bit, pass rushing and everything. But then once Jonathan, Thompson talked to me and everything, and he was like, "Cam, we gotta really like get you settled down a little bit because like I don't want to say I played a huge part in the team as a sophomore, but I did have a part as a sophomore. So I kind of felt like I had to grow up a little bit, so and like mature a little bit more than a little bit like my
That's good.
peers. Yeah.
That's really good. Okay. Last question.
Mm.
And I'm coming to DeSales. I'm going to come to recruit you, and I really like you. But what's the most important thing I will get from you? Okay. Why would I recruit you?
I feel like
Okay.
mhm. I feel like one would probably recruit me for like the way that I play, like my style of play. I know everybody.
Okay. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want you character wise. I want you personality
Oh,
wise.
personality.
Because I can see how, whatever. I want your strength. Are you going to quit on me
Oh
in
no.
college? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Why would I want to recruit you?
I feel like the personality, honestly, because like I kind of have like a high tempo personality, never stop like
Can I
talking.
trust you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. That's what I want. Your person, and you have a good personality, I think.
Hmm.
Cam, you did a great job. I really appreciate you being on my podcast. Get your name out there a little bit because they'll know about you after your junior year, won't they?
Oh yes, sir.
You got to make some noise.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.